How's it going, guys? Extreme Storm Chaser Justin Stolman here, National Storm Center. Just getting the stream ready. Just give me 1 second. Trying to get the green screen up and going. So, don't have much of a voice. Been talking so much the last couple days, but you can see there's a big threat for severe weather across the south today, for parts of Texas and Louisiana, even into Mississippi and parts of Florida as well. So you just got to bear with me. Like I said, I don't have much of a voice today, but I will do my best. I think I was streaming for almost 12 hours yesterday, covering all the severe weather across Texas and everywhere else. So I don't have much of a voice today, but we'll definitely be doing my best here. And camera up and going. Come on. Why? There we go. All right. So that would be for. Well, let's jump into it. Let's get going. And hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Like I said, all eyes here are on the south. Hey James, how you doing? Thanks for the stream. So, the main risk for today is in around San Antonio. As you can see, we're already seeing these storms all across. Nisa, thank you. In Houston, National Weather Service believes here's your enhanced risk. The biggest chance for tornadoes and big hail will be right here by San Antonio, Pleasanton, Cotulla, and Enschede, and even far east here. Come on. That includes Uvalde, Sabinal, Hondo, a lot of places, man. So we're going to be looking at a whole bunch of severe weather here. Already seeing some of these cells starting to come in from Mexico that are going to come in and bring severe weather. The reason for that, as we have a slight risk here coming all the way back through Houston, even Corpus Christi, even next week, people are going to be on spring break. Going to be looking at storms in the same area for several days. Even tomorrow has severe weather in Texas in the same area. So, going to be focusing here as a lot of these storms are going to be coming in through Texas. Could be severe. Already seeing a couple severe thunderstorm warnings out across Texas, as well as special weather statements here, especially just outside of Houston area. So this is where we're going to be looking for storms, and seeing a couple tornado warnings earlier here outside of New Orleans that are now starting to move east, but there is that threat. That threat does include Florida, the southern part of Mississippi, so might include Georgia later on. Already seeing some severe storms here just outside in Georgia. Just a severe thunderstorm warning, special weather statement over here as this strong thunderstorm is continuing to move off to the east. We have a strong thunderstorm right here with severe thunderstorm warning near Richland. It's just some strong storms here starting to move across. No warnings yet, just a lot of special weather statements. So we're going to be focusing a lot on Texas. Even tomorrow, once we look at right now, same area. This is tomorrow. Looking at San Antonio all the way back through Corpus Christi. So today and tomorrow, big hail, isolated tornadoes, some that could be strong. 2 days. Probably going to see that again on Sunday as well. So it's going to be a very busy weekend here across Texas, as there's just a ton of moisture here for these storms to really. I see it's going to be one of them days already. We're already having microphone issues. So, already microphone issues. Anyway, couple day event. Going to be watching here in central Texas for these severe storms. It's going to be a couple days. I don't know when my microphone cut off. So, but again, today, tomorrow, Sunday, 2-day event, 3-day event, all across here in Texas. So again, this is tomorrow. Getting an idea. This is Sunday. So you can still see even Corpus Christi back up through San Antonio for Sunday. Tomorrow, same area. And of course, today, we're looking at this big area right here. This is where a lot of the concentrated heavier thunderstorms are going to be. Not to say they're not going to be here in the slight risk, but this area right here, as these start moving in, this is where we're probably going to see a majority of the tornadoes and the big, huge 3-inch or bigger size hail. So right now, severe thunderstorm watch is in place. I expect this to be shifted over to a tornado watch as well as the storms continue to develop this afternoon. So, I don't have much of a voice today. I was on here talking for about 12 hours last night, covering all the storms in Indiana, Ohio, Arkansas, Illinois, Kentucky. I was covering them, so voice is a little scratchy today. Seeing this cell already over Mexico, getting ready to start moving in. Pretty strong thunderstorm, probably could bring a tornado warning with it as it moves into the United States. Currently, Austin, not seeing a whole lot in Austin. Little bit of showers here up in the northern panhandle of Texas. Little bit of showers and maybe some small hail around Dallas. Temperatures are in the 40s up here, and they're starting to move through, but we're still in the 60s up here in Oklahoma, 60s here in Arkansas. A lot of warm weather here across places that were hit by tornadoes yesterday, upper 40s and mid 50s here across a lot of Lake Erie and Lake Michigan. Coming back down, high 70s, right along that funnel ridge, right where that funnel is for the hot and the warm air. as this front continues to move south. Getting a lot of moisture coming up off the Gulf of Mexico, a lot of warm air, almost 90 degrees out here in Florida. That will help as the storms start moving east. Probably can see a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of Florida, including Orlando. Might see some thunder, or hear some thunder and see some lightning as well. For the most part, still seeing some snow coming down across the Four Corners, and Denver was hit really hard with snow. Some places almost 4 feet of snow. So, isn't this old? I'm going by the wording on the post. No, this is not. It's not old. This is a brand new stream. It's only been on for 13 minutes. So this is not old. This is a new stream. Welcome to today. So, looks like I might have Doppler problems today. Already, really? Come on. We don't need any Doppler problems today. Yeah, and it crashed. Oh, it's gonna be one of them days. Microphone already died. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, lots of Texas did have severe weather last night, but that was as that front was starting to come down out of Oklahoma. There we go. Come on. Work. Thank you. So, and of course now I gotta... Alright. So, seeing a couple special weather statements here outside of Giddings, LaGrange, Brenham. Special weather statement here with this cell. Strong thunderstorms will impact north central, that's Colorado, northern Austin counties, southeastern Washington, and west central Waller counties until 3 p.m. Doppler radar was indicating that this strong line of thunderstorms is moving east at about northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So it's right near Columbus right now. So we're going to watch this line as it continues to move off. Probably going to see us a storm track here with it. So it's going to move up right toward Montgomery. But right now, that's about all that's going on in Texas. Another special weather statement here issued with this cell. So this cell was located near St. Hedwig or Randolph Air Force Base, moving east at 15. So this one will continue to move off through the central part of Texas, just outside San Antonio. Moved outside of San Antonio. Probably can see some good sized hail with this cell as it starts to get going. Why are we seeing the severe weather? Good question. Seeing a lot of moisture here across Texas. A lot of dry air, but there's still some of that cold air aloft. So that's enabling these thunderstorms. A lot of warm, dry air mixing in with this moisture aloft, but that's going to help fuel these thunderstorms. Still pretty dry across Texas, but this moisture plume that was over Texas yesterday is now over the Gulf, flowing straight up in through Mississippi, Alabama, and even into Georgia. That's what's gonna get these storms going for them. You can see the big plume of moisture flowing right up into the storm, cold air coming down. That's gonna throw these thunderstorms in that severe risk later on. And as we're talking, but they're not at that severe limit for the tornadoes, mainly a hail event across the south with all this moisture. This is what's across Texas and Oklahoma, even parts of Arkansas and up in through the north yesterday. As that continues to move down, the severe weather threat shifts with it. So still a lot of 70s and 80s here across the south. That's with all this moisture. It's so sticky outside. You walk outside, I'm sure you feel like, man, it's wet out here. That is all this moisture in the air. You go outside and it's just like, whoo. It's going to make temperatures feel a whole lot hotter than what they actually are, because all that moisture coming in off the Gulf. Already feels like spring out there, I'm sure. Seeing some severe weather here across New Orleans and Slidell. Baton Rouge, just on the back half of it right now, as these storms are continuing to move off to the southeast. Slidell, you're in that break. Lake Pontchartrain, starting to see a little bit approaching Lake Pontchartrain. I had some tornado warnings earlier, just right outside of New Orleans. These are now moving with a special with a marine warning that this line right here is capable of producing water spouts. So if you're in and around the Gulf, right out here, right outside of New Orleans, be careful. This is a strong thunderstorm. Again, capable of producing water spouts. Special marine warning for the next hour for this cell as it continues to move through. It's going to move, it's getting close to Biloxi. Probably if you're in Biloxi, you're going to start seeing a lot of lightning across the Gulf as that line continues to push towards you. Right now we're looking at them in Gulfport, Mississippi. They were probably already pushed through Mobile. So this are going to continue to slide as this whole line continues. Severe weather, what is that? That one is a severe thunderstorm warning now issued for Laverne, Brantley, and approaching Glenwood and Mississippi. Mobile, right now you're in the clear. This line will continue to push toward Mobile and then cross into Pensacola and Florida. That's why we're seeing the severe thunderstorm watch, which will include just the southern part of Florida. But as this continues to shift, we should see it even toward Gainesville, Jacksonville, Lake City, Perry, Madison, Fargo, St. Mary's, Tallahassee is definitely going to get in on this here in Tallahassee. High temperatures, 84, 88. That, with all that moisture coming in, that's a disaster waiting to happen across the northern part of Florida. Dry air aloft here with some moisture coming in, sparking these thunderstorms. That's what's really going to help them go severe, especially around San Antonio. That's where the biggest threat for severe weather today. Right across San Antonio, down through Pleasanton, Anenchel, hugging pretty much the whole coast of Mexico, back through Uvalde, back up toward Rock Springs. Tornado threat for today will be right in around this area. So it looks like a 5%. That's 5? That's 2%. Looks like the biggest tornado threat would be right around Texas again, right over here. Not saying that a big one can occur, but you might see just a weak rope, EF0, EF1, EF2. Don't suspect anything bigger than EF2 tornado here across the central part of Texas. Hail threat, that's different. The hail threat, the biggest hail is going to be right in this area. Again, 2-inch, 3-inch, maybe even 4-inch hail. Yeah, I mean, hail that big coming down from the sky. Biggest hail threat is going to be around here in San Antonio. So, other than that, Doppler's staying pretty quiet. Going to continue to monitor these storms as they come in out of Mexico, start moving up through this area. Already seeing daytime heating kicking in. It's already almost 3 o'clock out there across Texas. So within the next hour or two, probably going to really start seeing all these storms just start to form a line right across South Texas and start moving in. Already seeing some of it here by Columbus and Houston. Corpus Christi, not really seeing much right now, but that could always change. Especially here as we're seeing this moisture plume stream, all this moisture here across parts of Mississippi and Alabama. So, not seeing a whole lot of questions coming in, but let's see. Doors blown open. We have a tornado. Let's see. Doors blown open, trees down, and power outages. A tornado in St. Helena, Louisiana. St. Helena County. Near Montpelier. Looks like right here. Seeing that coming in. Tornado report from emergency management. So we'll watch that and see if thunderstorm downed large tree across Highway 965 near the Bluffs. Thunderstorm winds down several trees in Sage Hill subdivision, time estimated by radar. So that's right with this line. As this line came through, obviously produced a tornado. This could also be tornado damage, but they're saying that right now they're just thunderstorm. But obviously, let's see if we can back it up that far. Right there. Right that line, right? And stop. Right with this thunderstorm. Looks like this thunderstorm right here is what caused a lot of this damage, right on that bow line. Let's go forward a little bit. Right here is when that tornado starts coming in, right with this line. So, starting to be very active here across. Let's see, what's this one? CSX bridge tender along the railroad at the Pearl River crossing reported railroad signals knocked out and tree damage, possible tornado sighting, time estimated by radar. So again, right here just outside of New Orleans, another potential tornado with this thunderstorm as it moves through. Starting to get some thunderstorm reports coming through the area as well. So we're going to be here for a little bit and start tracking some of the severe weather, especially reports coming out of Louisiana, possible tornado. This is a tornado, and some damage here outside of Jackson. New severe thunderstorm warning in place here, just outside of San Antonio. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Guadalupe County in central Texas and northeastern Wilson County until 4 o'clock. A severe thunderstorm severe thunderstorm was located over La Verna, or 13 miles south or northwest of Stockdale, moving east at 15. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half size hail being reported with that. We'll go to Guadalupe, Wilson County. Let's look here. Yeah, some good size hail with this thunderstorm. Especially as it's starting to move through. Also big hail here outside of Gonzales, north of Hachim. Seeing some, starting to really see that hail starting to come across Texas. A lot of lightning strikes with these cells as well. So things are starting to really ramp up. Look at this cell over Mexico as it's moving toward Texas. Good size hail, a lot of lightning with it. So it's going to be an active day here across Texas. It's already starting to ramp up. 1 inch hail. This cell will go severe thunderstorm warned near Shelby, Round Top, Carmine, Burton, coming up through Brenham, probably same for Chapel Hill, Hempstead, Cochran. This line, this is already 2 inch hail. This is some big hail with this cell right here. It's already starting to move in. 1 3/4 to 2 inch hail just coming into Bellevue, Texas. So just going to share the stream out. So, try to get some more people in, especially if these cells are starting to come in through Texas. So, hopefully you guys are staying ahead of these storms. Oh, so like I said, this line right here is already producing some good size hail with it. Good rotation with it as well. Especially near Peters. This one will probably be the first tornado warning right over Bellevue for today. More than likely, this will be the first tornado warning. It has a huge updraft producing almost 2-inch size hail with it. This should be the first tornado warning as it's going to move right through Cochrane, Pine Island, Prairie View, Waller. Should stay well north of Houston. Should come right through the area here near Oak Ridge North and Montgomery, Conroe, Willis. Should move right in through by Cleveland, but this is a very strong thunderstorm. Seeing a couple areas of rotation with it. Let's look and see. Let's look at come on. Currently over Brantley looks like. So a little bit of rotation, pretty weak just to the south of Brantley. So, but we'll have to keep watching it as this line is starting to get stronger. Now 2.5-inch hail falling with this cell right now, 2.5 inches. Radar indicating, of course. Yeah, that's some big hail. 2.5 inch. Just getting ready to cross right into Bellevue. So, probably going to see a lot of damage reports come out of there. Look at those bright grays. You got white and then gray. 2.5 inch. That's some big hail. So, even Doppler, excuse me, even Doppler's seeing those tall cloud tops with this cell. Austin County, Washington County, Waller County. Near almost 3-inch size hail. Expect damage to roofs, siding, trees, cars. At 3-inch, you want to stay away from windows, especially your house windows. That 3-inch hail can bust right through a house window, no problem. Looking across, even this cell just outside of Livernia, 2-inch hail being reported with this cell as well, as it's starting to move across Wilson County, coming into Gonzales County. Lavecca County is getting hit by a thunderstorm, coming into Caldwell and Fayette counties. Should stay to the south of Bastrop County. Washington County starting to see that thunderstorm. Same with Waller County. Wharton County starting to see some thunderstorms pop up. So just right along that line, Interstate 10, I-10's really starting to get going. Especially to the north of I-10, where we're seeing just near Belleville, 2.5-inch diameter size hail being reported with this cell. Also seeing that rotation starting to tighten up over Belleville as well. So we'll have to watch this for a tornado threat. Seeing that rotation coming back through this cell as well, near Shiner, coming through Moulton. It should stay to the west of Sweet Home. So this is in Gonzales County. Not really seeing a whole lot of rotation here with this further cell, but seeing the rotation and the huge updrafts with these cells to the west or to the east. So we're going to definitely keep our eye, especially on Cochrane. Cochrane's going to get hit here in just a few minutes. Big, huge hail. Probably already seen that hail coming down in Cochrane. Not yet. Just right. Cochrane's just right on the edge. So there's a lot of marinas out here in Cochrane too. A lot of water. So we'll watch this cell as we start coming across, but starting to get to be almost 3:15 here in Texas. So that's the prime time for these storms. And like I said, they'll continue on past 7 o'clock. So still seeing a good chance for severe weather. As we have that severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here across central and southern Texas. Box in red, severe thunderstorm watch, and we are seeing severe weather inside that watch. Starting to see more reports come out of Baton Rouge. Damage to several small trees and fencing. Doors being blown open. Railroad damage here with a possible tornado. that cell is staying south of Biloxi over the Gulf of Mexico, but it is moving east. So this cell is getting closer to the United States. Severe thunderstorm warning here just outside of San Antonio. So it looks like these cells are currently staying south of Austin, mainly just to the east of San Antonio. Sorry, I have a kind of a scratchy throat today. If you were watching yesterday, you probably know I was here for 12 hours in front of the green screen showing weather. So my voice is kind of feeling it today. And then I covered everything for about 10 hours the day before that. So over the last 2 days, not including today, I'm well over probably talking for 24 hours. So I'll leave this up, then take a quick break. I'm going to try to rest my voice a lot in between, but we'll be right back on National Storm Center.
Alright, I'm back after a short break. Let's look across and thunderstorms long line. So these thunderstorms here, these ones are capable of producing water spouts moving east at 20 knots, which is about 30 miles an hour, across the Gulf. Should start moving on to shore here near Dolphin Island. This line has been known to produce tornadoes, especially back here. As it went through, produced a tornado before going over to Gulf, just to the northeast of New Orleans, just south of Slidell. So this line came right over Lake Pontchartrain, currently moving east. So it should come right on shore near Pensacola and Dolphin Island. Have to continue to watch this one, as this one is capable of producing tornadoes. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings here near Brantley in Enterprise with this line. So Troy, Opp, Ozark, Montgomery. Here's your times. This is my time though, so you got to add 3 hours. So by 4:30, 4:30 you're right in here, almost 4:40 here in Troy. Other than that, still watching these severe thunderstorms here near Bellevue. Now moving close into Cochrane. Hail starting to really start coming down in Cochrane as the cell continues to move closer. Again, severe thunderstorm warned. 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So in my post, let me look. Might want to change the wording. Your still says Thursday night. That's weird. That is so weird that it's doing that. I took that all out. So let me see if I can edit that. If not, I'm gonna have to probably kill the stream just to edit that. Let's see. Come on. computer's running slow today. Edit post. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Hopefully that worked. So I just updated the information. Oops. So should see a change there. Hopefully, now I gotta check it, see if it did the same thing on YouTube. Oh, because more than likely it did. If it did it there, it probably did the same thing. Oh, did it? Everything's been kind of just one of them days. I have no clue why, but just today is just one of them days with everything. So Brantley and Alabama is getting good. Yeah, Alabama is starting to see a lot of these good storms come through here, especially south of Birmingham. So, let's see. Yeah. Let's pull that up real quick. That's actually of course. Why is that doing that? Here's the hill coming down in Bellevue right now. And here's hail from last night. This one says last night, but was just shared about a minute ago. Hailstones coming down here in Texas. So this is Denton County. Severe weather here across Alabama as well. So that's just some stuff that's coming in. EF3 for Bedford, getting information on that. But this is just a minute ago. So that's the hailstones being reported here in Texas across Bellevue, with this line of storms right here as this continues to move off through the east here. So seeing a good amount of storms. So let's pull that up. Let's go back to live. There we go. So this storm here, as it continues to move through Bellevue and Cochrane, already seeing that big hail. Coming into Cochrane right now, but 2.5 inch diameter hail being reported with this cell as it continues to move off. A little bit of some good rotation with this updraft as well. Not seeing any reports of any wall clouds yet, not seeing any reports of, but Doppler is indicating rotation. No tornado warning, so, but it is severe thunderstorm warned. And Doppler is indicating some rotation with it. Here's your rotation right here as it continues to move off. The last Doppler frame was starting to see some reds, some darker reds pop up. That could be a slight wall cloud trying to form here near Sunnyside. That's where it'd be right over, be Sunnyside, Texas, to the east of Peters. Maybe a little something might see in San Felipe, coming up into Waller. This is Waller County. So Hockley coming straight down towards Spring Valley. If you're right along this area, need to take precautions. This thunderstorm is rotating as well. Have a rotating thunderstorm also to the south near Fort Bend and Rosenberg, Beasley. Seeing some nice reds right there with that cell. So, how bad is today going to get? Well, right now we're seeing this severe thunderstorm watch in effect. These cells are starting to move in from Mexico, and they are severe as well. They're producing 2-inch hail over Mexico. So as they move in, start to expect warnings here moving in toward Uvalde, La Pryor, Crystal City, even Asherton, coming right back up through San Antonio, and New Braunfels coming across I-10. Starting to see some storms starting to pop up here to the west, just to the south of Rock Springs near Camp Wood and Brackertville. So have to keep our eyes on that. Today we have an enhanced risk for severe weather, including San Antonio. This is where the big hail is going to be. I mean, yeah, we're seeing it here as well in the slight risk, but the National Weather Service believes this area will produce the biggest hail, up to 4-inch in diameter. So I have to keep watching that as well as this continues to move off just to the south of Austin. Houston, Freeport, Corpus Christi can get in on it. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but tomorrow, same thing. Same area for Houston, Freeport, San Antonio, even Corpus Christi. Gonna get in on some severe weather again tomorrow. So coming into Sunday, everything's starting to shift a little bit more to the east. So right now, it's just a marginal risk. Could it be updated? Yes. Do I expect it to be updated? Yes. So I think a lot of this will be a slight risk come Sunday as all this continues to hug the Gulf of Mexico, all this moisture coming up. That's going to lead to more storms, especially across New Orleans, coming in through Mobile, Alabama, and Destin, Florida. This whole area still has an idea of thunderstorms come Sunday. Tomorrow, it's pretty much going to just be a Texas threat, maybe up here in Louisiana, western Louisiana, northern Louisiana, but pretty much everything tomorrow is going to be focused over Texas. Today, could see some of these storms near Jacksonville, especially as this line continues to move off. Probably going to see some clipping here with some of these cells. Seeing some development here already in southern Georgia and moving up in through South Carolina. Columbus starting to get that rain and thunderstorms coming in, especially Montgomery, Jackson, Pine Hill, Mobile is just now starting to get that front coming into Mobile. Biloxi down here is starting to really get those storms coming in as well. The heaviest stuff is still off the Gulf of Mexico. This cell right here has a history producing tornadoes. Dropped a couple of tornadoes in Louisiana. Is now over the Gulf. It's going to hit Gulf, come onshore here in Dolphin Island. So Gulf shores, there you go, new Doppler update. This is continuing to stay warned. If it was land, it would be tornado warned, but it's over water, so there's a marine warning in place for it. But this will continue to move off. Here in Dolphin Island, need to be taking cover when this comes in. Probably could have a water spout move on the land, becoming a tornado. That same for Gulf shores. Need to be getting ready to take cover as well, as this cell does have a history producing tornadoes. And it's going to move right along the coast. So more than likely, depending on where this rotation is, can tell you if it's going to come in on the land or not. Moving back across Louisiana, starting to dry out a little bit now, but as these cells come out of Texas, expect another wave coming in through Jackson, Baton Rouge, Slidell area, coming right back down toward Homa. Not seeing it right now, but I guarantee did the high. Today's going to be one, oh, there we go. Took it a second. Seeing these cells really start to come in out of Mexico right now. They're going to move in. We'll kill that risk. So again, we're going to be looking at this whole area for severe weather today. Appreciate everyone liking the stream. Have any questions, feel free to type them in. I can see the chat and everything, so everyone that's watching, hey, I'm here for you. So continuing to see these cells move up through the Houston area. It's 3:30. So as these cells approach Houston, it's going to impact your travel maybe on the way home, depending on what time you get off. Especially as these lines move through, probably going to see a lot of damage to cars. These cells are producing some big size hail. So I know as soon as some storms moved through Arkansas yesterday, same thing. Especially in Illinois and Indiana, there was a lot of wrecks from the big hail, ruined a bunch of cars on the highway, and it was a mess. So, can that happen today? Yes, especially with this big hail. You get a whole bunch of cars on the road in Houston, you start seeing just 2-inch, 3-inch hail falling. People are going to be pulling over, you're going to get wrecks all along I-10. So, make sure you leave plenty of distance between you and other cars, especially as these hailstorms are moving into populated areas that are really congested along Interstate 10. Same thing coming up through Dallas. Not really seeing that severe storms yet near Dallas. Everything's just kind of staying off, but there is a lot of warm air just to the north. Got colder air behind the front that's going to shift through. Temperatures will change a little bit as it comes in, but pretty much everyone south here will stay nice and warm for tomorrow. Some temperature change to the northern part in Texas is expected, especially as that cold air is right in this area. Which is really going to help the drought. As you see, these thunderstorms are popping up through here. Drought conditions across Texas should help to improve as some of these cells are really dumping rain. Should really improve. Next Thursday we'll get an update. They update the drought monitor every Thursday. So all the storms that we've seen here across Springfield and Kansas City, Indianapolis, St. Louis, we saw storms 3 days in a row in St. Louis. All that rain should really help the drought monitor across Missouri. Same for Nashville, saw some rain yesterday and the day before. A lot of it was heavy in nature. I think they saw some areas saw between 1 and 3 inches of rain. That should really help the drought monitor across Nashville as well. Same with the south, seeing that drought across Alexandria and Macomb area, Baton Rouge. All these rain showers that we're going to get over the next couple of days is going to improve your drought conditions a whole lot. So, all in all, good news. Especially with all the snow showers that we're getting over the desert. It's just going to add your snowpack and help out with the drought conditions across there. Nice weather here in Northern California. Upper 70s right now, low 60s. Near 75 here at my house in Yuba City area. Nice and cool here in the mountains across. Should start seeing that snow melt over the Sierra Nevadas in the next couple of days. But nice weather. Even warm in Washington. Go figure there. 70s along the coast in Oregon. And cool across parts of Utah and Wyoming. Denver's still staying pretty cool. That snow melt starting to really melt now after this area got hit with feet of snow. Temperatures are starting to climb. That's going to help melt a little bit. Maybe some flooding concern in the next couple of days in and around Colorado. Staying pretty warm across the north to help people with all the tornado cleanup, and across Ohio and Indiana, warmer temperatures. Not really seeing a whole lot of wind, maybe around 8 to 10 miles an hour across. So that's really going to help people with all the search and rescue missions and everything going across Ohio and Indiana, as all those people that got slammed by tornadoes last night. Back into Texas, still seeing that line coming in. This storm is really starting to come close to coming in from Mexico. More than likely, this is going to be severe thunderstorm warned. As soon as it starts coming in, surprise, it's not done yet. But as this continues to move on to the east, about 15-20 miles an hour, fully expect that to be the new severe thunderstorm warning. Should come close to Uvalde and La Pryor as well. San Antonio starting to see some line develop here to the west of town. That's going to move right through San Antonio. Everything's pretty much sticking right around I-10. I-10 all the way from Houston back to San Antonio. Thunderstorms are really hugging I-10, which will slow down travel. I think they're still doing a bunch of construction on I-10. Last time I was over there, I-10 was a mess coming in towards Houston. But, so, not really much going on. If you guys have any questions, like I said, you can feel free to type them into the chat. Not really seeing anything, no. Seeing anything on YouTube, doesn't look like it. So, coming in, doing another check on the south. Dry conditions here in Baton Rouge, coming down through Slidell. New Orleans starting to dry out a little bit. Cells are crossing the Gulf. This is the line we're going to watch. Let's see that. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull that up. Let's see. There we go. We'll watch that Doppler right there. And that Doppler's not working. Go figure. Another Doppler not working. Probably got hit by this long line of storms here near St. Joe. So we'll go to this Doppler in Mobile. And let's pull up. Oh yeah. Likely that's a water spout. Right over the Gulf. This is what we're watching. So we zoom out. It's gonna come really close to Dolphin Island. Here's Dolphin Island. Here's your rotation. More than likely that's a tornado coming across. This whole cell has been producing rotation all the way back over here. Some reports of tornadoes just outside of New Orleans, just right outside of Slidell in this area. Seeing that damage. It's continuing to move across. So it's going to come right just to the south of Dolphin Island as it moves in through Alabama. Might clip just the southern part of Alabama. Have to look for Gulf Shores. This looks like it could just clip Gulf Shores. And maybe same thing in Gulf Breeze and Pensacola. Have to watch that as this line continues to move on. And like I said, has a rotation, has a history producing tornadoes. More than likely we're going to see another tornado threat with that cell as it continues to move closer to the shore. Probably in the next, 45 minutes. It's moving across at about 40 miles an hour, so it's already starting to impact the outer edge of Dolphin Island. So starting to move on right now. More than likely we're going to see this getting continued should come really close to Gulf Shores. Really close. Same with Pensacola. Gulf Shores is a little bit lower, but if it comes and just scrapes, could see that rotation right outside. But right now, a couple severe thunderstorms with this line as they continue to move to the south and east. Other than that, not really a whole lot going on. Not seeing that tornado threat yet across Texas. Probably in the next hour, half an hour, should start seeing that tornado threat ramp up as it gets closer to sunset. Ton of moisture out there. Look at all that moisture with these thunderstorms. And that moisture is really starting to come in with this cell and into Uvalde. Seeing that moisture coming in, that's going to help spark this big hail. Right where you see this big plume of moisture with all this dryness around it. I mean, it's dry. Look at that air mass. Look at this dry air mass right over Texas. You know what the only difference is? In that area and this area. You have that moisture plume with, so you have moisture and heat mixing together right over the central part of Texas. That's going to help with that big, huge hail threat. 3-inch, maybe 4-inch in diameter. As that continues to move off to your east, you have, oops, don't want that. You're going to have this line of moisture coming off the Gulf, flowing right up into Alabama, Mississippi, and even into Florida. That's going to help with that severe threat as well as it continues to move off. Already seeing the hail reports coming in, right where all this deep moisture is. Here we go. 2-inch in diameter, golf ball size hail near Mill Pond Road and GA 41. So that is in Marion County, Georgia. So look at the colors of this moisture. We got blues. That is moist, moist, moist. Followed by the greens. We've got some green and blues coming in here. This whole area just has an abundance of moisture for these cells to really strive on and be long lasting as they move through, pick up that moisture and dump big size hail, golf ball, even ping pong ball size, especially coming through Troy, Greenville, Jackson, Thomasville, Alabama, coming back in through Mississippi as well. Probably seeing some good size hail with this moisture in Jackson, coming down through Winfield, Alexandria, not so much anymore. Everything's kind of staying off toward Canton. Yazoo City is getting better as these storms have continued to move off to the east. But there's just so much moisture, so that means it's humid outside, especially with it being 70, 80 degrees. Look at this, 82, 84 across southern Georgia. With all this moisture coming in, that's going to spell for big hail, damaging thunderstorms, strong winds, all of it. Even could see that isolated tornado risk across southern Georgia as well. I know a lot of places in Georgia are already cleaning up from that last tornado that went through, what was it, 4 days ago? Had a tornado here just outside of the Atlanta area in northern part of Georgia as those storms went through, and I think it was in None something. I can't remember. It's a weird name, but did see that reports of tornadoes about 4 days ago. So across Texas, same thing. 82, 81 around Houston, and look at that deep plume of moisture right over Houston. It is so sticky outside. outside, you're feeling that moisture. You go outside, check the mail, I'm sure your shirt get wet just from that 10 feet that you walk. There's just so much moisture out there. It is feeling these thunderstorms, especially here as all this moisture is starting to really come into Bracketville, Uvalde, La Pryor, starting to really see that moisture coming in, mixing with this warm air ahead of it, and seeing pop up thunderstorms all over. And that is why we have thunderstorms now firing up here in western Texas as well. So that covers that. Seeing this new line trying to develop here along the moisture front, especially toward Beaumont. Severe thunderstorm warning coming into Beaumont, Texas right now. Seeing some light severe storms in Liberty, but Houston is about to get ransacked here in the next few minutes. As this line continues to push through Houston, you're going to see that 2-inch hail. And what's it, almost 4 o'clock. It's almost 4 o'clock there. People are starting to get off work. If you're on I-10, pull over, go to a gas station, and if you can, protect your car, because you're probably going to see a cracked windshield, maybe a broken window, but get off the interstate. If you know anybody traveling along I-10 near Houston, near Katy, Pattison, down in Wallace, Eagle Lake, these are severe strong thunderstorms producing big hail, gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour, and it's not going to end anytime soon. Probably going to see several waves of moisture come through today, especially in the Houston area. San Antonio, same thing. Starting to see the storms really firing up here to your west, and they're going to push through. More than likely, we could see a squall line develop to the west in Texas, and that should start to fill in and then move off to your east. So still watching this severe thunderstorm watch and this severe thunderstorm watch, and storms are getting closer here to Dolphin Island. We'll continue to monitor that as these storms continue to push through. As these storms are pushing through, the threat ends behind it. Before, this was all severe thunderstorm watch. Once the storms pass through, they drop the watch. So we'll go back to desk view. So any questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm here, able to see the chat. And let's look, see if we can get an update on some of these severe storms here. Preliminary report, EF3 tornado confirmed near Lakeview, Indiana, and Logan County, Ohio. Upon additional analysis and review, the National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio has confirmed an EF3 in Lakeview and Logan County. This is the same tornado that was responsible for the damage in the Orchard Island area. Additional information will be made available once the survey team has reviewed the scope of the damage. The survey is in relation to the severe thunderstorms that moved through the area March 14th, 2024. A final assessment, including the results of the survey, are expected to be completed and transmitted via public information statement within the next few days. So right now, preliminary reports are that it is an EF3 tornado that went through that area. Not really seeing a whole lot here. So seeing that front come through here right over Texas. So you can start to see right where that cold front is, dipping right down right on the Gulf. That's going to help with the severe weather. So, new severe thunderstorm warning just south of Macon near Perry, heading toward McRae and Fitzgerald. Severe thunderstorm currently over Vienna, Georgia. Severe thunderstorm warning here to the south of Troy for Ayrton, just to the north of Ozark. This line here, severe thunderstorm warned. This line is approaching Dolphin Island. Gonna watch that because this one does have a history of producing tornadoes. And let's see. Yeah, tornado vortex signature assigned with this cell, and that's going to move right toward Dolphin Island, just to the south of Dolphin Island. But tornado vortex signature assigned with it. Oh yeah, that's a tornado. So there is a water spout with this cell right over the Gulf of Mexico right now. Oh yeah. Let's see how far we can follow that back. So it started forming right over here, and you can see it. There's a clear tornado vortex signature assigned with it, and it's moving on to the east here. Looks like it's going to stay over the Gulf here, but this area is all rotating, but the tornado appears to be right off the Gulf. So you can see that rotation clear with this cell. So could swing in with it as well, but huge area rotation. And like I said, we are seeing that tornado vortex signature with it. So more than likely, there we go. Just got issued. A strong thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts was located just, looks like 11 nautical miles southeast of Horn Island, moving east at 30 knots. Water spouts, wind gusts near 50 knots. So, Sand Island Lighthouse, Bon Secours Bay, Farewell Buoy, Mississippi, southeast of Pascagoula, Heron Bay, Central Dolphin Island, Gulf Shores Beach, Dolphin Island Bridge, and Fort Gaines and Fort Morgan need to be taking cover. This whole area is rotating and coming right toward your location right now, especially Fort Morgan and Gulf Shores. Still seeing tornado with this over the Gulf. Should come really close to shore here, but you can see the tornado vortex signature. Oh yeah, tornado vortex signature just staying strong, as it's just more than like this is a tornado. It's been a long track too over the last Doppler sweeps. You can see it it did some damage here in Louisiana as it's been moving across the Gulf. But that is a clear tornado. So a little bit of rotation now crossing through here. That's going to come real close to Dolphin Island. As you see, here's Slidell. Tree snapped around 8 to 10 feet above the ground. So that's damage here as this cell crossed through and started going across the Gulf. So that's where we are now. So it was here over Slidell earlier and it's moved here across the Gulf. Still capable of producing a tornado. Not seeing these cells warned yet, but should start seeing them as they're coming out over Mexico into the United States. Should start seeing these warnings anytime. So yeah, this storm track takes it really close to Gulf shores. Still seeing that tornado vortex signature with it. So we'll continue to watch this as it gets closer to land. Big hail near Sugarland coming toward Missouri City, but that is a huge hail producer. Let's go back to Texas. Sugarland, there we go. We can see it, this one. I'm not seeing hardly any rotation with this cell, but the hail, 46,000, 47,000, 48,000 feet tall here. This one's even taller, 50, 51,000, 52,000 feet tall in these tall reds. This one's going to produce some big hail as those cloud tops are even further up in the air. This one, almost 3-inch in diameter, coming right into Sugarland right now. Probably going to have a nasty hail core. Oh yeah. First colony, Great Wood, new territory just coming out. Sugarland's right on the outer edge. 5th Street, DeWalt, Missouri City. That's going to come right through the southern part of Houston, including West University Place, Bel Air, South Houston, Pasadena, Galena Park, Jacinto City, Cloverleaf. This cell's going to come right over you. And this one too, this one's moving to the south. So these two cells are going to come and meet to a head and come right over Houston. And they're huge hail producers. Huge hail producers. Flood advisory, a portion of South Texas, including Austin, Colorado, Fort Bend, and Wharton counties until 7 o'clock. Minor flooding in low-lying area and poor drainage areas. Doppler radar indicated very heavy rain due to thunderstorms. This will cause urban and small stream flooding between 2 and 3 inches of rain. That's already fallen. An additional 1 to 2 inches expected over the area will result in even more flooding. Here we go. Near Hallettsville, seeing almost 2-inch in diameter hail in Hallettsville. So you're gonna have to keep watching this area. 2 and 3/4 baseball size hail in Belleville. Tennis ball size hail was reported in Austin County. Emergency manager, baseball size hail. Tree down and barn heavily damaged near the intersection of Mill Creek and Kirkendall Road in Belleville. So again, we're seeing that rotation with this cell. It could be that this could have been produced a light tornado, brief tornado with it, and that's why we're seeing some damage here. A tree heavily damaged and a tree down. That kind of sounds like a tornado. Are we seeing rotation? Yes. Especially right in here. I can't back that up. But we're seeing that rotation, especially over Pattison, San Felipe, Brazos country, coming up onto Brookshire and Katy. So we are seeing that rotation with it. And like I said, this is starting to come right toward Houston right now. So Harris, Belair, Houston, Spring Valley, get ready. This cell's coming right for you. Seeing rotation here near Hallettsville as well, near Sublime. Rotation here, Doppler indicating with even could see a brief tornado with this line just as it outside of Hallettsville. Not really seeing anything yet in San Antonio. Special weather statement issued with this cell. 1-inch hail, almost 2-inch size hail with it. So seeing these cells as they come in out of Mexico. A little bit of rotation on the southern end. Especially these cells over here really starting to rotate. This is going to be your tornado threat as these cells continue to move on to South Texas. Severe thunderstorm moving through Sour Lake near Lumberton. That's going to stay to the north of Beaumont and cross into Louisiana. Probably could see something in DeQuincy and maybe some small hail here in Kirbyville. Same for Lake Charles as this line pushes through. Could start seeing some good size hail coming through. So that's that. Tree down and barn damage at Kirkendall Road. So starting to get some storm reports coming in. 1-inch hail here in Lavaca County, Texas. Uh, 3/4 inch hail in Hardin County. Doppler was, Doppler was tracking this strong thunderstorm along a line of 6 miles southwest of Coden to 10 miles east of Petite Bois Island to 19 miles south of Dolphin Island. Moving 30. This one is the one that we're watching. That has a history of producing a tornado. So it's starting to move into Dolphin Island right now. Let's look and see where that rotation is. Wrong Doppler. Let's see if we can get there. Yeah, here's that rotation. Looks like it's just offshore. Still looks like a weak tornado maybe right here with it, but I mean, you can follow it for a long way. Here it is. There's the tornado. So could get swung in to Fort Myers, but currently still seeing that some rotation here right over Dolphin Island. Here's some rotation. This line is rotating, so you're gonna have to keep your eye on it as it continues to move off. Half-inch size hail. So we'll watch this line. Close that. So it's going to move right through towards Theodore, Tills Corner, Fairhope, Mobile, Pritchard, Daphne, Chickasha, Saraland, Foley, and Bay Minette. So it's starting to really come in shore right now. So we've got about 45 minutes until impact here. About 15 minutes until it starts really going downhill here in Dolphin Island. 15 minutes until impact. 20 minutes. So just depending on yeah, looks like 15 minutes for Dolphin Island. 15 minutes, 16 minutes. So the storm's really starting to move in right now. And the rotation is right offshore. Should come really close to Gulf Shores. According to this Doppler, it's liking it hugging the coast here in Gulf Shores. Let's go to the tornado map. Should stay pretty close. If it moves directly like this, should stay right off the Gulf Shores coast. But this whole line is rotating. So even like this, it hits Gulf Shores right where this rotation is. So, just kind of watching here, seeing what's all going through. Houston's really about to get hit by this line of cells. So still an hour away from Gulf Shores. About 65 minutes, 66. Right about an hour. So, still watching this area rotation right here, as it will be getting pretty close to land. Tornado, seeing some rotation near Bel Air, starting to come right into Houston area. So I have to continue to watch this. These cells are rotating. Not seeing any tornado warnings yet. Could see one as this was just issued for Houston. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail. We're seeing more than that. Especially since we're getting some good rotation with the cells. Not really seeing anything popping up as far as a tornado warning, but there is rotation with them. So this mainly looks like a hail threat across Texas. Scattered thunderstorms with very large hail and isolated damaging winds are expected through this afternoon and overnight. The amount of energy is so favorable. Let's see. Despite the weak forcing low ascent just north of Rio Grande, should result in isolated thunderstorm development this afternoon with any rapidly becoming supercells. Low level varying is sufficient to support low probability risk for a tornado. Yeah, it's mainly looking like hail risk than anything else. In excess of baseball size, but as some of these could become supercells, you obviously have a tornado risk with any type of supercell, but it's mainly looking like a big, huge hail risk. But like I said, there is rotation with it, so we'll have to watch. Let's see. We'll come back to that. Houston's just on the outer edge. Should start seeing that hail with these thunderstorms anytime. So starting to really see some severe storms launch up through Houston. Especially this is a severe storm near Campwood. But severe storms through Katy and coming into the Houston metro right now. Bel Air's just right on the edge. Let's see if we can pick up a hail core. That's where Bel Air's right here, right where this rotation is. So Bel Air's just getting some of that weaker size hail. Stronger hails down here to the bottom. This is probably your 2-inch in diameter hail. So Katy is getting some hail here in the next few minutes, and the bigger stuff should come right through downtown Katy. Stronger thunderstorms behind also producing some good size hail. These are going to stay out of the metro area for Houston. These ones will come right through Arcola and Manville, Alvin. Let's see. Here's your rotation coming right in right now. Still staying offshore, but still seeing that rotation right along, coming along Dolphin Island right now. So we'll have to watch this for tornadoes as it gets closer to the coast. But it appears that that cell has weakened, because that's where the tornado was right here. I mean, we can follow it all the way back. So it's already producing here. We can follow it. There's the tornado vortex signature with it there. So it is look like it's getting closer to the shore. So it looks like it's going to come on shore here near Gulf Shores. So we'll have to continue to watch this, as this thunderstorm is capable of producing a tornado and getting closer to land. hail just getting ready to come into Houston. Still seeing that. Where is it? I don't want that Doppler. Another one. University place getting hit by that hail right now. There should be one right there. There we go. So Doppler indicating tornado near Cisco Ranch. Got a tornado vortex signature with it. Right on the edge here. This will probably go tornado warned as Doppler's indicating tornado with it. And as this one will continue to move off. Let's pull up. Let's go to Texas. So here's that cell near Katy. It's good rotation with it. Same near Bel Air. Near Houston, got rotation with this. Rotation here near Beasley. Even as far back as Sheridan, starting to see these cells really start to rotate. I don't think we're very far from seeing a tornado warning, especially in and around the Houston area. I think we're real close to seeing a tornado warning. Especially with this tornado vortex signature popping up here. But who knows? Knowing Texas, they don't issue tornadoes until it's like on the ground and someone goes, "Hey, there's a tornado," and then they go, "Oh, okay." But yeah, they don't. I've been on a tornado in Texas, and it was on the ground before the tornado warning went off. So, already being recorded. And that was up here by Round Rock a couple years ago. So, hello James. So, going to continue to watch this area. Like I said, I think there could be a chance of seeing a tornado warning maybe for the Houston area as these cells are rotating and starting to come into a populated area. What? What? slacker. Hi. Yeah. Hi. All right. What? All right. You gonna lay at my feet now? Yeah. You can lay down there. You're fine. So, starting to see that hail core starting to move into Houston, but some stronger storms also starting to move in from Mexico as well. So watching this cell for a tornado warning, as it has a history of producing a tornado. Let's pull off that one. Just seeing that rotation coming off. So there it is right there. Here's the tornado over the Gulf. So we'll follow that and see how close it is coming. So it's about right here right now. So still staying offshore, but still seeing that rotation here coming on as well. But not currently seeing a warning, tornado warning or anything with it, but it's definitely worth watching. I'll go back. Just going back. See these thunderstorms going. This has been over the last 6 hours. So you can see Brady getting hit earlier, but since the last, you can see how most of this threat's been dying down here across Louisiana and even parts of Mississippi and Alabama as well. So as this line continues to push, the threat will continue to lessen, especially with that moisture coming in off the Gulf and streaming into Louisiana. But you can see the storms really firing up here right since daylight, pretty much. The last 6 hours. So we can even do the last 4. Let's do the last 4 hours. There, last 4 hours. So this is pretty much how it's going to be too. That we're going to see the line develop here in western Texas. Going to see that big blow up near Houston and push on. So asking. You can lay down right there all you want, but you know I'm busy. You know I got stuff to do today. So mainly everything across Texas is mainly looking like it's going to be a hail threat. Could see an isolated tornado, but mainly looking like a hail threat. Not, I don't expect it to be anything like Indiana and Ohio, but mainly hail. That's the predominantly the hugest threat for today, and even tomorrow will be hail. Since tomorrow we're looking at the San Antonio area, and even Houston area can get in on the severe weather tomorrow. That includes Corpus Christi and the Gulf Coast. So should be an active Saturday as well. Hold on one sec. I gotta take this call. Alright, sorry guys. I had a very important business phone call to take. So that took a few minutes. So I apologize for that, but I run several businesses, so I could not let that phone call go. So I'm sorry. So, like I said, still watching severe weather coming in through Texas, pushing through, and then the new line starting behind it. But let's see, what was it, 13? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna be busy this summer with so. So Louisiana is just about completely done with the threat. Thunderstorms are pushing offshore here. That's going to end the last little bit of the severe thunderstorm watch for Louisiana. Within the next probably 15-20 minutes, this should all drop. I'm not seeing anything. Even this line isn't severe. So all of Louisiana it's done. I don't see anything sticking around Louisiana. This line still got to watch as it pushes through behind it. The threat will be over as well. So it's mainly just going to watch this in Texas, especially as all this hail producing storms are pushing through the Houston area. But other than that, starting to see these lines develop here. Severe thunderstorm warnings now in effect. Golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds with these storms coming in. Starting to see the temperatures drop. It was already almost 90 degrees along this area. Now it's 88. And where did that one go? There it is. So this line is heading up toward Del Rio. In the next 20 minutes, we'll hit Del Rio. So I have to continue to watch this as this one moves off. But other than that,